Hi everyone, it's Isabel. Welcome to my channel. Today I am creating a layout for the Rainbow Magic YouTube and Instagram hop. Now, Cassandra Tooth over at Crazy Craft Obsession, you can find her on YouTube and Instagram under that name, has put together this fun little hop where once a month crafters are going to come together and create a monochromatic layout featuring the color chosen for that particular month. Now, this hop is new, and I'm not 100% sure who or how many are participating, but as the information comes in, I'll definitely get the details updated in my description box below. So those of you who are interested can hop along and see what all the creators have created. Now, for this month, we were challenged with the color yellow. I'm thinking about creating maybe a few strips going down this way on both sides, so that it almost closes in on the photo, and then do the mixed media here with the title either here, here, or here. I'm not 100% sure. I'm kind of winging it. I want to pick these papers and see where I'm gonna go from there. So what I did off camera, you guys, is just I picked two of the yellow cardstock. One is got like a tribal design going down, and then I layered that with white, and then I also layered it again with a shiny yellow cardstock from I want to say it was from Recollections, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. So there's just like a 3-layer border on each side of the layout. Now I am gonna bring in my Sunray or Distress Sunray from Tim Holtz stencil, and what you see me doing right now is just creating the lines of where it's going to sit so that I can make almost like a complete sun all the way around the photo. So I outlined the photo, and then I'm playing with it so that it's even, not 100% even, but I'm very tedious when it comes to like using my rulers and using my space to almost mirror, like on the layout, like I have the two strips and it's mirroring each other. I'm a stickler for that. I know that there are a lot of crafters out there that kind of just don't want to do the measurements, and it is what it is, and it looks great. But for me, I am bothered when I don't pull out that ruler or I don't make those lines for it to be symmetrical in some way. But what I did pull out for the sun rays is the Shimmers Bumblebee Bee. And I absolutely love the shimmers. I am really new to using shimmers paint, but I am taking some guidance from Joanne Bartel, where she uses a napkin and kind of just dabs the stencil in order to keep it from bleeding underneath. Now, another tip I pulled from her videos is to bring out some of that shimmers onto your workspace and add some water. It actually helps it go further, and it'll help the shimmers paints to last a little bit longer in your stash. Now, once I get the sun rays done on top, I'm just gonna turn the Tim Holtz stencil down, and I already have it marked off so that there's no room for error on this part, and get that sun ray all the way around. When I finished the sun rays, I had some of the shimmers paint left on the side, and I didn't want it to go to waste completely, so I just used a little bit of that extra to give me some more media on the bottom and the top of the layout, and I think that really tied it in well to where it almost frames the picture and the sun rays. Now, once I do that, I am going to bring in the photo. At this point, I hadn't decided whether or not I was going to back it, but I pull in my 49 and Market Spectrum Sherbert chipboard word sets, just because there are some yellows in there, and I kind of play with the words and find my title that's going to read "You Shine." Now, at first, I put it on top, and then I kind of play with it, where the U is sitting on the left-hand corner and the shine is sitting on the right-hand corner on the bottom of the photo. and I was gonna do like a diagonal design, but because I have those two borders on the side of my layout, I wasn't liking how that design was gonna come out, but I did leave some of it in there so you can kind of see, you know, a little bit of the process. So what I decided to do was back the photo the same way that I did the tribal strips going down the sides. It's a thin layer of white cardstock behind the photo just to border it, and then I used that shiny yellow for a second border. Now, before I adhered it down to the sun, I did pop it up on some fun foam, and then I decided that I was going to create some flowers with some die cuts, and I didn't have like a very light yellow, so what I did was I brought in my shimmers vibes in Glorious Day, and I just sprayed white cardstock and let it dry, and I really like it because it has that little bit of like gold shimmer to it. And then I also added, for the center of the florals, just some glitter gold cardstock just to help tone down the bright yellows that I'm already using on the layout. Now, when I piece these flowers together, it comes in 3 different sizes, but for this layout, I do use all 3 sizes, but I don't use all 3 sizes for one flower. So what I did was I used the large one to sit flat as the background of the flower, and then the medium cut I'm gonna stick on top of that, but I rolled out the petals so that they would give the layout some dimension. And okay, so I finally decided on where I want the florals, and I did leave all of that in. I wanted you guys to see that it's not a quick process. There was a lot of moving around, there was a lot of changing my mind, and I sped it up, but it did take me some time just to even figure out where I was gonna put the flowers. That is me. I overthink things way too much, but I really am happy with how the design came out. Now, I did attempt to use the leaves that the florals came with, but for some reason, every time I try to use these leaves, to me, they don't look quite right. Like, they made them too thin. So instead of using those ones, I bring in my Sizzix die cuts in different leaf patterns, and I cut a couple of them. I think I used 3 different dies to see which one I really wanted to use, and I went with the larger one that has almost like a swirl to it, just because to me it looked a little bit more natural, and I was able to just pick apart the pieces that I really wanted to use. So once I get those laid out between some of the flowers, including the title ones, I am going to bring in some sequins and just kind of sporadically place those about. And then I'm also going to do just 2 lines of strip journaling. There wasn't really much to say about the photo. I just remember this one being, obviously I knew I had the date. It was in 2018, October 29th, 2018. And we were at the drag races in Glamis. And this was one of the pictures that I remember my daughter asking me to take, and she, you know, Mom, take my picture. I think it was more so because she had the sunglasses, and this was the first time that she was using them, so I think that had a lot to do with it. Anyways, I did get this one documented. I did add my little bit of strip journaling. Now for the strip journaling, I didn't want to just leave it white because my background is white. So I brought in that shiny cardstock, that yellow one that I've been backing everything with, and I'm going to back my strip journaling with that as well. Once I do that, I was thinking that I was done, but I found some gold sequins, or not sequins, but some gold gems from the Recollections. I believe I got them from Michael's a while back when I first started scrapbooking, and I'm gonna put them inside the centers of the flowers, and I think it really adds a little bit of the dimension of what an actual flower, you know, the center of a daisy would look like. I really love how it turned out. That is pretty much going to be the layout. Let me remind you guys, this is the first time that we are posting a layout for Rainbow Magic, and I want to thank Cassandra Tooth for putting this all together. This was really fun, and I'm looking forward to see what the future months have in store for us. Don't forget, you guys, go ahead and open my description box and hop along. Check out all those wonderful yellow layouts that everybody is creating today. I hope each and every one of you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you guys real soon with another layout. Bye.